Now I'm playing a game that we've talked about for a long time. Another game that was on our Game of the Year lists and some of our favorite of the years. But now it's finally on Switch. And that, my friends, is Vampire Survivors. It's on Switch. And the big news really is, God, this visual style is horrible. Sorry, I'm streaming from YouTube, so there are issues on this. But it is, they've done some upgrades. They've brought some of the stuff over from the mobile aspect to the consoles in this update in the Switch version. But they've added co-op, and I'll get to that in a second. I'm surprised. First of all, I'm surprised at how well this game runs on the Switch. Now, granted, yeah, there's mobile ports out there. There's, it's you can run it on a Tandy 1000, which was my first. I think you can run it on a Com. You can run it on an Atari 2600. It kind of looks like
it's got a ZX Spectrum running there.
There you go. But it's surprisingly really smooth on the Switch, and I partly wonder if there's like a new engine involved.
Yeah, because the thing is, the Switch always has had a problem with a lot happening on the screen. It's always
no slowdown. There was I don't think I ever noticed any slowdown with like a bajillion enemies on there. Now there is slowdown, and the slowdown that I want to get to is 4-player co-op, and I say there's slowdown because the game really changes how you play. Obviously, if you're playing Vampire Survivors, you're going after the hordes. You're trying to get as many as many gems as possible, and you can level up fairly quickly. Sometimes you can sit back and if you have the vacuum, whatever that is, the magnet or vacuum, whatever that is, you can level up your character like 5 or 6, 7 times as it's going by. Well, when you play co-op with other friends, let me rewind this a little bit. If you play co-op with other friends, it alternates back and forth based on who's next in line to get their experience bump. So it's kind of like you're a big experience pot that you're all sharing. So if I level up, then the next person will be JJ. The next person level up, even if I got all the gems, would be Taylor. And then they do it so that way to keep the gameplay fair. Because if you have one person who's really OP and the other folks are just like, not doing a lot of leveling, then it can get pretty nasty pretty quick. So I think it's actually kind of a smart way. But again, it does slow down the game a bit because you're trying to survive and not just get the gems. Like you're trying to survive because it's not your turn to upgrade yet. So you're just doing your best and you're hoping the other person will, be alive as well. So it's a little bit more methodical. But man, is it a fucking hoot to play co-op? Like
how does it handle like the characters on screen? I'm assuming the board you can't go past the borders.
Yes, you can't. It keeps zooming out till you need to.
Okay.
And and then it not a ton, but it's just enough. Like it's noticeable. A little zoom out there, but you can't go past the borders, and it feels like has an NES type feel, but it's like I trying to put my finger on it. It
fucking Gauntlet or something like
that. It's very thank you. It's very Gauntlet like, and what I mean is that like we found ourselves huddling near each other when we were playing. Like I played with my daughter, with friends, huddled near each other because if you had some person that was, if one of us was like going towards a bunch of gems, you didn't want to be away from them because that they have the right combination of weapons that will let them survive. Especially if you have like the swirling garlic and some of the other stuff, it will affect how you play the game as co-op. And I think that part made it really kind of fun. There were instances though where I get on like way one end of the screen and they get on the opposite end of the screen because they found like a big chunk of gems that we had left on a previous like run through that area. So they go up that way, and then I'd be terrified because I know what's coming and I have the better weapon. So like I'm like, come back. So I'm like running after them and they're just going for the stupid torch. I'm like, slow down, wait, let me get up to you. And they keep going. But
it's very Left 4 Dead sounding.
Okay, maybe it kind of is. Yeah, Left for 2D Dead, but it really is good. It's got all the like this version, and it's the update across the board. So it's on Steam and on Xbox and now on Switch. Uh, all the DLC is in it. Like it's still like $4 or $5. Like you cannot go wrong with this
Yeah.
on every device you have. But I think I have found a new favorite device, and I think it's because of that co-op. It's just fucking perfect. I think it is it's the best version. I don't know if the Xbox version has co-op, but I know this. It looks like it does. Yeah, it looks like they all have
But
co-op.
based on this
But
screen, I would say
based on
everything
this
has
screen,
co-op now.
I don't think you'd want to play co-op on Steam because you're not going to huddle around one laptop or one screen. But for like Xbox and Switch and stuff, I think it's just brilliant. So I would go after it. Go after it. Go get it. If you don't have it, buy it, and if you do have it, buy it again because it's Vampire Survivors and